Are you too liberal? Are you too conservative? Are you too anything? What do your friends tell you that you are politically? In today's bitter, partisan landscape, it's hard to know what to be. I think we need to focus on figuring out what our political philosophy is. And if that's you agree with that, we're in for a treat today because today's guest on Behind the Words TV is Larry Bradley. Welcome, Larry.
Hi, how you doing, Paul?
I'm great. Great to see you again. How's your day going down there in Kansas City?
Lovely.
Okay, super. Well, you ready to talk some politics?
Absolutely. Every day.
No, every day, all day. You bet. No, that sounds like Larry. Well, I'm Paul Madsen, host of the program, founder of growmedia.com, and this is Behind the Words TV. And Larry, that political philosophy thing, tell me about it. I mean, do most people have a political philosophy?
In my opinion, no.
No.
They have an affiliation.
Oh, what does that mean?
They describe themselves as conservatives or liberals or independents.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, tell me what that means in 50 words or less. Not just telling me what you're for or what you're against. You know,
in 50 words. In 50 words. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, because guess what? People, you say I'm a liberal, and they start. And if I said, what does that mean? Then they go off on this long tangent, or conservative, a long tangent about an issue. So tell me more. Tell me what it means to have a philosophy.
Having a philosophy means that you are consistent in your beliefs. Okay, you put it another way. I first learned about this concept by being a student of a man named Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N.
Okay.
Jim talked about that you needed a philosophy of life, that without the philosophy of life, that you are like someone in a sailboat who doesn't know how to set the sail. If you can set the sail, then you can get this sailboat to go the way you want it to go, no matter which way the wind is blowing. But when you don't know how to set the sail, you're going to go the way the wind is blowing, not the way you really want to go. And so I see so much in our political discourse that we have people that when they're in power, they take one approach to a problem. And then when they're out of power, they take the exact opposite position towards it.
You know, okay? That's true. That's true.
Exactly. You know, and you can't do that. Think of, you know, here's something really current as I sit here and record this. We're talking about the debt limit. Okay, and there's one of the elected officials who while President Trump was president, said, oh, we can't not raise that. That would be disastrous. We must raise the debt limit. And now that President Trump is out of power and we need to raise the debt limit again, what is he saying? Oh, that would be bad. Come on, guys. You know, it's one way or the other here, and it shouldn't be.
You know, that's really a good realization. I hadn't thought of it, but you know, I hear it and I see it. But you're right. I mean, too many times someone's in power and they say one thing, and then when they're out of power, they say and do another thing, and that's on all sorts of issues. We could go on for hours about this and examples of it. And you know, because I'm thinking about, well, let's just, and not to make this too current or anything, but the immigration debate. You know, oh, this would be terrible under a certain person, and then under another person, this is terrible or this isn't terrible, and that to me says they don't have a sail that is set.
That's right. You don't have a consistent philosophy, that because if you don't have a consistent philosophy, if you're not consistent, then you're a hypocrite. And of all the things that you want to be described at, is hypocrite one of them? I don't think so. You know, you want to be consistent. Talk about parenting, you talk about leadership. What is one of the key elements of being an effective parent or effective manager? It's consistency in your policy from time to time.
Right.
Now, in neither liberal nor conservative I teach a philosophy of looking at problems, first of all, defining the problem, and then seeking a solution that asks this question: what is the solution that gives us the greatest amount of good for the largest number of people for the longest period of time, as balanced against trying to do the least damage to the fewest number of people for the shortest period of the time, is the one that is least susceptible to unintended consequences and is affordable within the competing priorities of the day. Now, if you're always asking that question, you're always going to pretty much come up with the same answer over and over and over again.
So
And that means progress, because you keep working at solving it. Okay, here's the problem. We're trying to work on it. Okay, let's try this. Oh, that didn't work. Well, the problem is still the same. Okay, if that didn't work, let's try this other thing. Bang, bang. You know, we keep going after it. You know, a philosophy like that, I mean, it's a simple philosophy. It's just like, and you could develop your own philosophy or whatever. You know, I like mine, but if they're the last movie that John Wayne made,
okay.
he had a philosophy of life, you know, and he said, you know, I lived in the wild country and I had to have a philosophy. And he said, I will not be wrong. I will not suffer an insult. I won't be laid a hand on. I don't do these things to other people. I require the same of them.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Well, that's a
that
pretty
kind of a thing.
guiding principle, a guiding, he set his sail, and it's a guiding, it makes life easier, doesn't it? I mean, it just
Yes,
helps you
yes,
focus.
you know,
Yes.
yes. My philosophy is this, therefore, here is this problem. Okay, so how do I apply that philosophy to this problem? Then
Right.
that feeling of consistency, you know, that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm being true to myself, solves an awful lot of conflict, personal and otherwise.
Well, I know your book, Neither Liberal Nor Conservative Be, helps address some of these kinds of things. My big question in a few minutes or less is how do we ourselves dial in and formulate and tighten up our own political and other consistent philosophies? And second part of the question is, how do we help our elected officials to do the same? Because I can see a lot of benefit from that on both personal and political sides. Big
Yes.
question, short answer.
Short answer. seek the balanced answer. Okay, think of as you enter a harbor. Okay, they've gone down. They know how deep the harbor is, and so there's a marker on the left and there's a marker on the right. And so you try to stay left of the one on the right and right of the one on the left. And you know you're going to be in the deep water. You know you're going to be there. That's what we try to teach in Neither Liberal Nor Conservative.
Well, I encourage readers, viewers of Larry and of mine to pick up a copy of Neither Liberal Nor Conservative Be, an action plan for people disgusted by polarized politics. Seems like you wrote it yesterday with today's climate. Anyway, that'll help people with formulating their political philosophy. Larry, I really like the thing about 50 words or less, not talking about an issue forever, beating that to death, but who are you in 50 words or less politically and in other roles of your life. Larry, thanks for joining us on this segment.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it, Paul.
Take care.